Dolly Khanna picking up a stake in Associated Alcohols and the probable reasons, the pluses and the minuses. But it's a stock that certainly remained in focus ever since Dolly and Rajiv Khanna picked up more than 1% stake in the company. What we thought was to try and get the management and talk about how is business shaping up for them. Joining us is the whole-time director Tushar Bhandari and corporate advisor Mr. V. N. Dubey to talk about what the company is about and what could the numbers look like over the course of the next few weeks, months, years as well. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Many thanks for joining in. Tushar, let me start off with you. Can you tell us about what Associated Alcohol is? Because as I learn, you are amongst a large liquor manufacturer in central India, but you are a back-end manufacturer for companies like United Spirits and a few others.
Good afternoon. We've been in this line of business since last 4 decades, and we are always known for our quality of products, that is quality of ENA and quality of manufacturing products as well. So we are major suppliers to USL, Diageo, Pernod and lot of other companies. And we are also doing job work, that is manufacturing their products in our premises for Madhya Pradesh and other states as well. So we are manufacturing their premium scotches as well, like Black Dog, Black and White, White 69, Smirnoff, vodka. And apart from all this, we have also getting into the value-added products. And with the help of the bouquet of all these products, we are able to launch our premium products as well in the market. And we've taken the franchisee business of USL popular brands for Madhya Pradesh on pure risk and reward basis.
So Tushar, sorry, just to get this straight. So do you do contract manufacturing for brands for companies like United Spirits, or have you successfully put out liquor brands by yourself into the market as well?
See, we do contract manufacturing for these Diageo. As I told you, the products which we are doing contract manufacturing for them, we are doing their premium products, that is premium scotches, we are manufacturing. Plus, apart from that, in past 3-4 years, we've also developed our own premium products in the market and we've launched them.
Okay, and in what states have you guys launched these products, and what's the nature of these products, and what's the success ratio been of these products?
See, this is a very nascent stage. We started this process 2 years back. So we've launched it in Madhya Pradesh, we've launched it in Chhattisgarh, we've launched it in Delhi, we've launched it in Karnataka. So within these 2 years, we've launched it in these states. So we are at a very nascent stage, but the good point is that we are gaining market share month-on-month basis of these products. And plus, as I told you that we've also taken USL franchisee business, that is manufacturing and selling their popular brands portfolio for Madhya Pradesh. So it has also helped us in capturing the entire Madhya Pradesh market. As soon as we took these products on pure risk and reward basis from Diageo, we became the #1 player in Madhya Pradesh. So with the help of these products, our products are also gaining market share.
If I could ask about your current capacity, what is it, and are you looking to increase your capacity?
See, our current manufacturing capacity is 314 crore bulk liters per annum. We are already in the process of increasing the capacity to 450 crores by June. That'll be commissioned in June. The process is already in place. And we've got a licensed capacity of around over 9 crore liters. So post the stabilization of 450 crores, we will go in for further expansion to 9 crores bulk liter per annum.
Current capacity utilization is how much?
100% since last 3 years.
Okay, it's 100%. And you're looking to increase the capacity. How do you plan to fund it? And I also wanted to know, what are the number of cases that you guys sell every year, and what sort of average realization do you garner from there?
Yes. Basically, just as far as capacity is concerned, at present we are having, as pointed out, is 31.4 million liters of alcohol production, in which we got the permission to move to 90 million liters. That we are going to take into 2 steps. One, with the existing utilization of existing accessories and utilities, with the nominal capital expenditure in the very short time span, we can reach to from 31 to 45. That steps we have already taken, and from internal sources we are completing in the next few months. Since we were already operating at optimum from last 2-3 years, that is not the issue as far as the capacity is concerned, utilization. Coming to the next level journey would be the journey of 45 to 90. that is we will be taking up after a year or so upon stabilization of this plant, and then that is going to be the almost same size of the distillery adjacent in my existing campus adjacent to that. This is the as far the alcohol production capacity. Coming to your business profile, basically company is having the varied product portfolio, having 3 lines of basically. One is the selling the ENA to across the country to major liquor players, especially USL. We were the pioneer supplier with the Diageo, now the USL.
Right.
And apart from the Pernod and other, and we are rather sole supplier for. Hello.
Now, Mr. Dubey, so that part we got to know. I think Navneet was trying to ask about, I mean, if you are indeed selling your, I mean, as Tushar said, the own brands that you're selling, what's the quantum of cases that you're selling in the last 2 years?
Yes. I'm coming to that brand. As far the branded segment in IMFL is concerned, as Mr. Tushar has pointed out, it is the we were working although as a job worker as quality liquor producer, but we have not tried and tested ourselves as per the branded company so far, and then that we have started 2-3 years back, and we were able to get the sizable market share as far the Madhya Pradesh is concerned. But entering in the upper segment was the biggest challenge. To supplement and complement, we have taken the complete franchisee on the risk and reward basis. We have taken the USL popular brands for the Madhya Pradesh. With the help of those brands, overnight we became the serious IMFL player. That is rather the largest player in that segment. So with the help of those brands, now we are trying to consolidate our position in the premium brand in Madhya Pradesh.
Got it.
And apart from, I will be coming to the quantity later. So then again we are trying to capture the CSD supplies and outreach. For that purpose, we are already expanding our horizon. That is a minimum 4 state requirement is there for to have the CSD army supply. For that purpose, we have already entered in Delhi, entered in Karnataka, Chhattisgarh. Now.
Sure. Mr. Dubey, Mr. Tushar, running slightly short of time, so I'll try to make this a bit of a quick so that we can get as much information as we can. 2 questions, Tushar, to you. If indeed your capacities if you've been operating at full capacity, how is it that your sales have more or less remained stagnant the last 3 years? FY15 was 300 crores, if I'm not wrong. FY17, 298 crores. And you've just reached about 247 crores in 9 months of FY18. When does the sales pickup come in?
Sales pickup will come in starting from this year onwards.
FY19?
FY18 onwards itself. So we would be closing somewhere at a decent figure than last year. And apart from that, FY19 onwards, we will add almost around about say 100 crores to the top line from the USL franchisee business, plus our value-added products and other states expansion also.
Okay.
And plus the additional spirit sale, which will start in June onwards, that will also add to our top line. So EBITDA contribution in that also would increase in the spirit sale business, because with the same amount of overheads, we will be able to increase our capacity by 40%.
So what do you envisage your, say, FY21 sales to look like? I believe you mentioned FY18 you will be higher than the 300 crores that you clocked in FY17. What about 2 years, 3 years hence?
See, just to give a ballpark make a figure, what we are looking at is that we are looking at closing at FY19 by around 450 plus. And then post that, the major boost will come is from the value-added products. And the major boost which will come from 450 plus onwards is the next capacity expansion which will happen. That will be around FY20. So that will be almost doubling our capacity. We'll be moving from 450 to almost 9 crore bulk liters per annum.
Okay. And last question from mine, maybe Navneet has a couple of others. What would be the major segment for you? Would it be manufacturing on contract basis for companies like United Spirits? Would it be selling your own brands? Or would it be the franchisee sales that come to you, which you've started very recently, as you said?
See, I'll tell you, it'll be a mix of all the three, because all the three go hand in hand. One is that we are also looking at additional opportunities, like Diageo is looking at reducing the number of manufacturing units. So we are looking at opportunities there as well. We are looking at around about, say, approximately 1 lakh cases of manufacturing capacity increasing for job work basis. That's what we are looking at. Second is the popular brands category, which we have taken on franchisee basis. The sales and the market share are increasing day by day. this year we've increased a substantial amount of market share in these popular brands within these 15 days only. So we are seeing a great potential there. Plus, apart from that, we are seeing a great potential in our premium brands as well, because it's got a great acceptance in the market. So we are seeing a boost from that also. But major driving force would be, which will contribute to a greater amount of EBITDA margin, would be from our our premium brands or value-added products for that matter.
Okay, before we let you go, just last question from my end. So far, if I look at the earnings on 9-month basis, they've been looking good. But in the December quarter, I guess the raw material cost was a little bit higher. It was up between 25 to 30%. Is that trend still continuing? What is the company doing to mitigate the cost pressures, if any, if you guys are facing?
No, the pressure is not that much. The increase is not as per around 25%. There's a slight increase definitely there. But we are looking at a great crop this year. And apart from that, company is into multi-grain feed plant. So we have options to move from one grain to another depending on the economics and the market availability of the product. So we are not only dependent on, say for example, we are not only dependent on maize. We have 5-6 crops which we can look into depending on the availability and the price of the same.